To reach band 9 in IELTS speaking, it's not sufficient that your answer is grammatically correct. You must do more. You must prove to the IELTS speaking examiner that you can use complex grammar. In this video, you will learn 8 complex sentences that you can use in IELTS speaking to boost your band score like this. If you are going to take your IELTS soon, check out my IELTS materials. There, I teach you everything you need to score high. I show you step by step how to give high-scoring answers, and of course we do many practice tests together, so you will feel confident for your test. You can find the link in the description box. And now let's get started. We will begin with a complex sentence structure. If, then. I love if clauses. That's a sentence that shows a possibility that may or may not happen. An if clause is attached to the result in the case that the if part really came true. The key is that the then part needs to be in the conditional tense. Conditional tense means you need to show possibility. The easiest way is to use would or might with the verb. Here's what I mean. If I won the lottery, I would buy a car. I don't think I will win the lottery. However, in that possibility, I would or might buy a car. If you're not really comfortable with if clauses, then try using the sentence starter. It gives you the sentence pattern so you can practice. If I had to choose right now, then I would. For example, if I had to choose right now, then I would buy a car. This is awesome because you are showing that your opinion might change. It's a great way to answer a question you haven't thought about a lot. Here's another way to answer a question you don't really know the answer to. For example, you might be asked about celebrating holidays in your country. Try using, I haven't thought about that much, but something might. Do you see the might again? It shows that there is a possibility that something is not true, but you think it is. A good sample answer is, I haven't thought about that much, but many families might have a large dinner for New Year's. You answer the question with a very good sentence, but you show the examiner that you don't know the answer for sure. Remember, your ability to communicate is important in the IELTS speaking test. You aren't marked down if you don't know certain facts. Sometimes you have a view that is very different from the view other people have. In this case, use although to show a contrast. I like to say, although many people, for instance, although many people have a large dinner for New Year's, I like to take a long bath. You can contrast two ideas this way, using although. The words even though and though can be used exactly the same. Even though many people have a large dinner for New Year's, I like to take a long bath. If you have lots of little sentences about the same idea, your answer sounds boring. Listen to this. I live with my sister. My sister is a nurse. My sister has a house. My sister's house is blue. It's better to add information after a person, place, or thing if you use who, when, which, and where. Check out the same answer using these words. I live with my sister, who is a nurse, in her house, which is blue. As you can see, I combined my sister using who and house with which. These words make a complex sentence and eliminate repetition. Definitely practice using them to boost your IELTS speaking score. By the way, if you want more videos on how to get a high IELTS speaking score, hit the like button and write yes in the comments. If you want something else, tell me your video wish in the comments so I know what you would like to see on this channel. Now, let's take a look at 4 more complex sentences you can use to improve your IELTS speaking score. Next, I want to talk about I wonder. This is a great sentence starter if you are not sure of a reason for something. For example, I wonder if people eat big meals so they can spend more time with their families. You can use why and whether after wonder too. Even though you are talking about a possibility, it's followed by a statement. You don't need might or would. Also, notice that the sentence is in the normal structure. You put the noun in front of the verb, but it sounds like a question. I wonder why people eat big meals. Now I want to point out a really common mistake. Many students turn "I wonder why" into a question like this. I wonder why do people eat big meals? That is wrong. You do not need the do. Use I wonder why it happens correctly to show off your grammar and improve your band score. Another fantastic sentence pattern is to use a modifier at the start of a sentence. That means you add information about the subject. In the IELTS speaking test, it's often yourself, so a good pattern is this. Having done something in the past, I now want to. For example, having studied French in the past, I now want to go to France. Do you see how having studied French in the past gives more information about the subject, I? There are several ways to structure a modifier at the start of a sentence. The key in this one is that you use the ing form of the verb at the start. I could also say, hoping to visit France, I just bought the ticket. This is a complex sentence structure that really lets you show off your language skills. So it shows the IELTS speaking examiner that you deserve a high score. In the speaking section, you are asked to give your opinion about different things. So you often have to say which of two things you like best. Try using the comparative, which is the pattern something is than something else. For example, I think studying at home is pleasanter than studying in a cafe. Remember, some adjectives use more than The same sentence could be, I think studying at home is more effective than studying in a cafe. Many IELTS students make the mistake of mixing words up and using both, like more pleasanter. Don't do that. Other students use from instead of than. This is wrong, so be careful. If you practice correctly before the actual test, you can avoid problems making comparisons between two things. There is another common mistake I want to point out. Many IELTS students forget to use adverbs. When you describe an action, use a verb with ly at the end. Let's look at these two sentences. I walk slow and I walk slowly. They both might sound good, but what is slow describing? It refers to the way I walk. Therefore, the correct sentence is I walk slowly. Now, the IELTS speaking examiner knows what you mean, so you can still get an okay score on the speaking test. However, you probably won't get a band 9 because you use incorrect grammar. Therefore, be sure to use adverbs. Here's a quiz. Is this sentence correct? I wrote this sentence correctly. Now, if you think this sentence is correct, write correct in the comments. If you think it's wrong, write wrong in the comments. Do it now. You have 5 seconds to write down your answer. Now, let's reveal the correct answer. The answer is that it's correct. Correctly refers to the way you wrote it. It's an adverb. But is this sentence correct is also correct. Now, here comes the next quiz. Is it correct to say, is this sentence correct? If you think it's correct, write correct in the comments. If you think it's wrong, write wrong in the comments. Do it now. You have 5 seconds to write down your answer. And here comes the solution. The answer is, this sentence is also correct. Why? Because correct is an adjective that refers to the sentence itself, which is a noun. Yes, adverbs and adjectives are easy to mix up, but if you practice using them correctly, you can really boost your IELTS speaking score. That's it. That's 8 complex sentences that help you give high-scoring answers in IELTS speaking. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. Also, share this video with your friends so they can improve their IELTS score too. See you in the next video!